Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to peel back the layers of concrete and steel to uncover a wild world you walk through every single day, but maybe have never truly seen. And no, this isn't a documentary about some faraway jungle. This is all about the nature that's thriving right on your doorstep. So let's just dive right in with a question that, kind of challenges our everyday perspective. We tend to think of our cities as the exact opposite of nature, a place where humanity just paved over everything wild. But is that really the whole story? Oh, it's not even close. And that's really the whole point of today's explainer. We are going to reveal this hidden, natural world that's not just, surviving, but is actually thriving inside our bustling concrete jungles. So get ready to discover a side of your city you probably never even knew existed. All right, so to start this journey, we've got to tackle this common idea that cities are sterile, kind of lifeless places, right? We see the skyscrapers, the pavement, all the traffic, and we just assume that nature's been completely kicked out. But here's the thing. An incredible, really resilient biodiversity is silently coexisting with all of our urban sprawl. I mean, just think about the hardy mosses that grow in the cracks of a sidewalk, or the swifts that are nesting up in the eaves of a skyscraper, or even those tenacious dandelions just pushing their way right through the asphalt. That is the unseen ecosystem we're here to explore. So now, let's meet some of the fascinating residents of this unseen world. And these aren't just, animals that got lost. They are true city slickers, absolute masters of adaptation, who have turned our urban landscape into their perfect home. First up, we've got a true master of the urban skies. This is a creature that looks at our tallest buildings and doesn't see an office block. It sees a perfect, sheer cliff face. I am talking, of course, about the peregrine falcon. And what's amazing is just how seamlessly these falcons have swapped natural landscapes for our man-made ones. They nest on skyscraper ledges instead of cliffs. Their main food source, the super abundant city pigeon. They even use the thermal air currents that rise up from buildings to soar. I mean, they've basically hacked the city. Okay, so let's come down from the skies for a minute and look at a creature that has totally mastered life at street level, the urban fox. They've become a super common sight in cities all over the world, and there's a really good reason for it. See, these aren't just rural foxes paying a visit to the city. No way. They are actually becoming a distinct population. Studies are showing they have shorter, wider snouts for scavenging. They're bolder, way more nocturnal, and they've developed entirely new ways to find food, from raiding bins to navigating crazy complex road networks. They are literally evolving right before our eyes. So you might be wondering, where do all these urban survivors live and hide and raise their young? Well, you'd be surprised to learn about the city's hidden network of natural highways and safe havens, what we can think of as its green veins. These scattered green islands are the absolute lifeblood of the urban ecosystem. Take the High Line in New York City, for example. It's this elevated park built on an old railway, and it's now a thriving corridor for birds and insects and all sorts of wildlife, connecting different green spaces right across the city. And you know what the best part is? We can actually create more of these hotspots. Urban rewilding projects show us exactly how. It's a pretty simple but really powerful process. You take a neglected piece of land, bring back plants that actually belong there, create some simple habitats, and then you just watch as nature comes back. It's an incredible way to stitch the green veins of our city back together. Okay, so we've met some of the city's wild residents, and we've seen their homes. But how are they all connected? And maybe more importantly, how are they connected to us? Let's dive into the intricate urban web. This right here shows the often overlooked benefits we get from urban nature. Get this, the trees and plants in a city can remove up to 2,000 tons of air pollutants every single year. The falcons and other predators, they're giving us natural pest control, saving us millions. And there are studies that show just 20 minutes in a green space can seriously reduce your stress levels. It's a symbiotic relationship, and when we ignore it, we miss out on a healthier, more resilient city for ourselves. So this all brings us to a really crucial question. What's our role in all of this? Are we just observers of this urban ecosystem, or are we its architects? Well, the answer is we're both, and we have the power to either destroy it or help it flourish. Now, the exciting part is that the cities of the future are actually being designed to intentionally nurture nature, not just push it aside. Just look at Singapore's Gardens by the Bay. It's this massive park with towering super trees that are basically vertical gardens and a whole cloud forest biome.
I mean, this isn't science fiction. It is happening right now.
So the big takeaway here is that you have the power to make a difference. You don't have to be a city planner to shape the future of your city. By planting a little garden with native flowers for pollinators, or helping track local wildlife with an app, or just speaking up for a local park, you are actively helping build a healthier, more resilient urban ecosystem.
And that's what we'll end with. The next time you look at your city, what are you going to see? Just concrete and cars? Or will you see the skyscraper cliffs, the green veins, and the cunning, resilient wildlife that shares this incredible space with you? The wild city is there. It's waiting to be discovered. All you have to do is look.